We will be getting another weekly COVID briefing in BC, but this one won't feature Adrian Dix or Dr. Bonnie Henry.
A group of concerned health professionals say there's a growing gap between what the scientific community knows about the virus and the messaging we're getting from BC health officials. As CTV's Binder Sajjan reports, the health minister says he's not concerned.
Hey, Alberta. Good to see you again.
In Alberta, the update started as COVID-19 cases soared and leaders in the province were MIA.
Just the COVID patients alone have exceeded the ICU baseline capacity.
Now, a group of family doctors, community activists, and scientists in BC are planning their own press briefings despite a weekly update from top officials.
It's like a growing disconnect between what we are hearing government tell us and then I think what people are seeing and hearing from different places, both within our country and internationally.
A press release says Protect Our Province BC is nonpartisan and will provide analysis of case numbers and tackle, quote, the government's worrisome lack of science-informed pandemic response.
Obviously, if the BC government is saying that the main mode of transmission is droplets, and we're putting forward that the main mode of transmission is aerosol, then that's a criticism of the government.
Dr. Henry is a renowned international expert on her subject matter. She's an extraordinary public health officer. There is always a robust debate here in Canada and everywhere on these issues. And Dr. Henry, I can tell you, listens to everyone.
Some members of the group have previously criticized public health, demanding stricter measures to get cases down dramatically and promoting better ventilation, expanded use of high-grade masks, and more rapid testing.
You don't have the same information that the government has. So how do you make sure that you're not spreading inadvertently misinformation?
We're not trying to put ourselves forward as a replacement for the BC CDC or public health, but I think that in every healthy democracy, that holding our government to account is an important thing.
The first press briefing takes place Wednesday at noon with time allocated for questions from reporters and the public. Binder Sajjan, CTV News, Victoria.
And today the province is reporting 1,846 new cases of COVID-19 over the past 3 days. That brings BC's total cases to nearly 200,000. 26 more people have died from the disease.
A growing number of fully vaccinated are ending up sick with COVID and in hospital. Right now, there are 360 people in BC hospitals. 151 are being treated in intensive care.
On the surface, the jump could indicate a need for more third doses more quickly, but experts point out the increase isn't actually surprising.
CTV's David Mulco tonight on why the most obvious statistics don't always tell the whole story.
There's a couple of things around breakthrough cases that we are watching carefully.
Including how among those ending up in hospital, a higher percentage are fully vaccinated. Take the first 2 weeks of October. Out of 439 people hospitalized across BC, 24% or 104 were fully vaccinated. A ratio that looks alarming, but experts say is actually misleading.
When you just look at the raw numbers, you get a skewed version of reality.
Because Dr. Christopher Labos explains more and more of the population is double dosed, with those older or more at risk overrepresented.
Over time, we should fully expect that the percentage of people in hospital that are fully vaccinated is going to go up because there's just going to be more of them.
So to have a level playing field, you have to look at rates adjusted for age and not just raw data. Take those 2 weeks again. Hospitalization rates among the fully vaccinated, just over 2 people per 100,000. But among the population that's partially or not vaccinated, that rate is nearly 62.
For fully vaccinated people, it's still 50 times lower risk of hospitalization.
In fact, the rates show you're 10 times more likely to get infected if you're unvaccinated, 52 times more likely to be hospitalized, and 44 more times likely to die. Though since more fully vaccinated people are still getting sick, what does this all mean for boosters?
We need to consider third shots in more people in a targeted way.
Perhaps everyone 65 plus, Dr. Conway suggests, or everyone 6 months beyond dose 2.
They will account for an increasing proportion of COVID-related hospitalizations going forward.
We'll have more to say about that soon.
About what's now a two-pronged fight to stop the spread. David Molko, CTV News, Vancouver.